Welcome to the Tone Jerks podcast. I'm your host, Brian Gower, and with me today we got...
Kyle McIntyre. Oh, yeah. What's up?
You're,
reporting live from the fucking South Pole.
Exactly. You got a Kyle popsicle over there.
The dirty South Pole.
Dirty South Pole.
That sounds gross, actually. The dirty South Pole.
Or, if you want to get nasty.
Way down south.
Kyle, what's new in your world? What's shaking? What's grooving? What is good?
Well, survive. Well, still in it. A little cold down here, Talking about the weather. It's a weather podcast. Got down to like 6 degrees.
I can tell you're cold because you traded the trucker hat for a beanie. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
But you didn't go for the high vis Carhartt.
No.
You went for this more natural.
I'll get one. But like, I like losing my hats. I don't think I'd ever lose one of those.
Yeah, you're more of a natural. So
yeah, I like to blend in, dude.
Mature naturals over there. Over at the Kyle household.
I'm already 6'4" and fat as hell. I do not blend in very well. All right, so that would make me stand out even more.
Or like how some big guy fashions.
Feel like, blinded. Yeah,
you're already a big guy. Let's get you a loud T-shirt with tons of graphics and just the colors that just.
Oh, and my door opens.
We got a visitor.
Yeah, you can see the tail coming here. Here, pause for 2 seconds.
Pause for some pause.
What are you doing?
Come here.
Yeah. I know. You want to come hang out? How rude, How fucking rude.
I totally can't do it in post, but it would be funny to have like a picture of your cat, like the Batman logo between the cuts.
It's funny, like they act like dogs a little bit because I'll be gone all day and I'll come in the house and they come running towards the door like, hey, where you been all day?
Yeah.
God damn, we're the biggest. There's so many things to show you. Here's my toy I've been playing with for fucking 8 hours straight.
And I've been playing it with, for the past like 8 days.
Yeah.
But, cool.
Or I've been napping all day. Where have you been?
Have you seen this other cat that lives here?
I've been putting kibble on the fucking floor for you.
What about this? I ate the 2 other cats' food today.
Yeah.
So you
look like it.
They're hungry.
Yeah.
Just to let you know. And then you got to be like, oh shit, I got to eat real quick and do a podcast. They're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I haven't played with them. And then when they did lay down and like, they saw me come in, they're like, okay, whatever. I worked late tonight. Usually when I come home at like 5, they're like ready to go. And then around 7 or 8 when I got home, they were like, no.
They're like,
we just ate. We're going to go to bed.
I'm spent.
Yeah. Today was a doozy.
We had a doozy of a day.
What was I talking about before she came in?
Shit. Oh, yeah, how it's been cold and you get the...
Oh, yeah. Surviving that shit.
Yeah.
Got down.
You don't want the high vis as a big guy.
Yeah. I do like this one.
It's not bad.
Solid.
It's a good look.
It's like a peanut butter look.
Yeah.
But there are some other ones I want to get. But, I'm not really a beanie guy. I sweat. My head gets really itchy, actually, in a beanie.
I think I can't tell if I'm, like edging on, like, getting sick or whatever. Which, timing-wise, it would be perfect.
Great.
I'm going to get sick when NAMM comes. But, I'll be... It's, like, 52 or, like, 56 or whatever here in San Diego.
Yeah.
I'm walking around in a T-shirt and, like, jeans. And people are like, how are you not cold? I'm like, I think it's because I'm working in the back and running around and doing stuff and lifting shit. And then people are like, all right. I'm like,
yeah, I'm actually active in doing things.
Yeah.
You got a problem with that?
And then I'm like thinking like, maybe I'm getting sick. And I'm like, how can I just walk out here and be like, this is refreshing? And everybody's like, this is so cold. I'm like, no, feels great. Shut up. And then all the beanies I've ever worn have been like just props. They don't serve a purpose. They just look like a beanie because they're thin
it's
as
like
hell.
cotton,
You know
just
the one, the
woven.
H&M ones.
Yeah, I have found a couple of those. I do like them.
Ooh, they're great. Just like but I wear them further back where I'm more of like a Smurf. Or have them just like an elf. I have them Link style, baby. That's what I'm wearing. So I have them kind of towards the back of my head, and it's like that's not keeping your head cold. I'm like, yeah, it's for style. It's to keep me cool, not warm.
Fly, see me fly.
Nah.
Boy.
I want to keep cool,
tonight,
not warm, baby.
Tonight's getting down to like 22, so
that's a lot colder than in San Diego. So this is your weather podcast.
A little prep tonight, but that's why I'm wearing the beanie. Okay,
yeah, looking good. Though.
But
I like it.
Thanks, dude.
looking good as hell in that beanie.
Fly as hell.
I always like to be your hype man. Everybody just like, oh, it's like talking. What do they say? Toxic masculinity. I was like, oh, everybody's just like bringing everybody down and to bring yourself up. I'm like, no, I want to bring my boys up.
Yeah, bring your boys up.
I bring my boys up. I love them.
Yeah.
God damn, I love it. That's what 24 is about. You and your boys, your homies, the bozos, everybody.
Your dickheads.
You dickheads. The sluts.
The sportos. The bloods. Yeah.
The sportos.
The bozos. That just does not sound like a group of friends.
The
Your Goombas.
Yeah. The Goombas. The Koopas. The Koopa kids. All of them. You want everybody to rise. Rise and grind, baby. Anyways. So it's been cold out there.
Yeah.
What else has been new?
Fuck, dude. I'm glad it's the weekend.
Hell yeah.
Fucking getting crushed.
Yeah, working for the
death. Weekend. Yeah, working for the man. God damn. See, I don't wear beanies for a reason. Let's see. So I can get this down. He's popping up. I also have long hair. Well, not super long, but anyways. All right. I made some playlists the other day and prep to fly to California. So been jamming out to those. I think I sent it to you last time we had a
little powwow.
Yeah, last time we talked. It was like right after the episode. But I have my 90s jam, which is basically like 90s radio rock.
Yeah.
But some of the songs are, or I guess, not all of them were radio rock, but I had a song that popped in either my feed or it was like something that popped up on Instagram. But it's that song Shimmer by Fuel. And I was like, man, this song is so good.
Yeah.
Like it starts off with like, not acoustic, but just like electric guitar.
Yeah.
And just
electric guitar.
Singer-songwriter style.
Yeah, with a humbucker, because that would be the best guitar for clean strumming.
Yeah, it's not a super. Yeah, anyways. And then it goes into like a full song. It's so great. And I don't think I had heard it very often. There's like songs that maybe you heard in a movie once or whatever, and it, it's kind of nostalgic to listen to it again. It's kind of like when you're, Blink-182, they had it in every teen movie ever,
Yeah.
But this is like, I've heard this song before. What is it? And then I'm like, so I built kind of a playlist around that. So you got Fuel, Goo Goo Dolls, Third Eye Blind, Everclear, of course.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'm like, you sent that playlist. It is all right. It's not bad. I'm like, this is a good jam. I think I listened to that like in the shower and on my way to work the other day. I'm like, this is not.
Shut up! Shut up! You sound like a fucking kazoo.
I'm just in the shower, just like
sitting on the ground
as I'm crying. I'm like, but I'm bopping.
I'll never let you go.
Yeah.
And then there's a Puddle of Mud song that I sneaked in. Even though it's not 90s.
Yeah, it was like 2000.
It's that Blurry song.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, this song fits still.
You should have thrown in the fucking, she fucking hates me.
No. That song does not fit the bill.
No, it doesn't. But
But then even like
might be worth a look though.
This is a story of a girl.
Yeah,
cried a river and drowned the whole world. I'm like, all right, that fits.
You're like, come on, get in here.
There's enough room for everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, puddle of mud. We only got room for one of you.
Yeah.
Closing time.
Yeah.
From Semisonic.
I think you had that at the end.
God damn.
The playlist.
That sounds good.
I think it was at the very end of the playlist. I'm like, of course he put it at the end.
It's good. Got The Way, fastball, The Way.
That one's
probably
too
add some
good.
more to it.
Too good. Too damn good.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, you had probably shit going on, but I'm like, you kind of fucked up royally by not seeing fastball in your hometown.
Yeah.
They played it like the brass kettle or brass
dude,
rail or whatever.
The brass kettle. Yeah, it's a tea shop in town.
We're at the coffee shop, Brass Kettle. Check them out.
Yeah, no, the Brass Hall.
Let that shit steep for a little bit.
Yeah.
Brass Hall, that's what it is.
Yeah, so I probably should have gone there.
Just fucking
this playlist definitely a banger.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Now, if you go back on like Goo Goo Dolls, like 80s stuff, it's like punk, like fast-paced punk.
Yeah,
which is kind of fun. So if you ever get the opportunity, which you always have the opportunity because you're Spotify.
Yeah,
but just go back and listen to like or pick a record.
Yeah,
or skip through the songs just quickly. Like, okay, no. Oh, that one's kind of cool. So I made that playlist, sent that to you, and then I made this one shortly after. I was getting like you sent just not sent, but like scrolling through Instagram and like the music, the background music for a lot of the songs were like the Japanese like J-pop from like the 80s. Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, I don't know what it is. I really like the way it sounds or whatever the aesthetic was that was being presented in the image versus the music, whatever. And then I'm like, okay, so I made this list roughly. I started with a couple songs that I had, that had popped up on Instagram, and then it was suggesting songs to add. So there's some, I mean, it's fun to listen to these. It's not the stuff that you listen to, I guess. Where yours is more modern.
Going through, and I'm like, oh, you had mentioned, I'm like, oh, it could sound like an intro or outro, more outro, feel, in my opinion, for anime.
That's fine.
Yeah, because usually it's like when people say it's like the intro for anime is just like boom, 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 because when people are like, oh, check out this
super
show.
Fast,
and at the very end, you want to calm down, a little bit.
Like it's like Power Rangers, like
even,
the dun 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 dun, well, way faster.
Yeah, and then even like where it's like a lot of times it'll be a different animation or like filter even to where it's like super light and airy with the music in modern anime, especially. So to me, I'm like, oh, I think it's kind of light and kind of fun or whatever is kind of the stuff on your playlist. And for me, when I think of like, I listen to J-pop, J-rock all goddamn day. That's come on, this kid.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are artists who they do intro songs or outro songs to anime that I watch. And then you listen to like the 1 minute clip or whatever they cut down for the opening, ending, and you're like, okay, that's now stuck in my head.
Yeah.
You have the option to, skip, but there's some anime you don't skip the intro. You go like, we need to hear that banger. And then, for me, I'm like, Chainsaw Man was one of them. That intro, it's like, ooh wee. And it is. Yeah,
you showed that to me just now. We kind of did a little sidebar before we started.
Yeah. You listen to it like, this is not the same at all. It's J-rock and it's like fast and it's in your face. I'm like, oh shit, okay. That's sounds like you were saying like a bass is kind of like doing some kind of Fugazi waiting room kind of thing, but like faster and more slapping and shit like that. You're like, all right, this isn't calming, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
the song just takes off after that too.
Yeah. So, and I'm like, to me, I'm like, I'll listen to that. I'm like, oh hell yeah. And then I'll listen to even like '90s like anime intros, like Cowboy Bebop, Tank, obviously the gun.
Yeah.
And then like or Gundam Wing.
Yeah, make a playlist.
Yeah, I'll send
Just
it to you.
make a playlist of this shit.
And you're like, skip.
Wow, that was quick. Yeah.
I listened to it, Brian. It was great.
Yeah, it was great, dude. You look at how many plays it has. It's like none. You're like,
and then I know it's like the weeb thing to be like, oh yeah, it's like, well, you only like these artists because of the anime intros. I'm like, and then I read somewhere that a lot of these artists in Japan, like their biggest, most popular, highest selling singles are the anime ones. So they're like, yeah, I'm gonna keep doing these.
yeah, exactly. I'm making money.
Lisa,
supporting myself.
So, the one who does Sword Art Online, she's like, new season. Oh,
yeah.
she's like, I'm the intro
Starts
for this
writing.
one. She's like always first pick for in Japan. So it's like Sword Art Online. It's like there's a new season, there's a new spinoff, there's a new movie coming out. She's like, I'm the first. She's like, I'm gonna give me that.
Yeah. Well, the difference, I guess, between what you're talking about and what I have, this is like, I picture, yes, we're definitely more chill.
Yeah.
Right. And some of it sounds like very disco-y, you know? So it kind of, it borders up against what I listen to on the instrumental retro.
Yeah. 100%.
Stuff I listen to. Except this is like very produced. Like it sounds great.
It
sounds like there's huge like symphonies and shit
and
playing in the background.
It, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
but what I like is like you have one or two lyrics that are like in English.
Yeah. So
right. Usually the chorus. The chorus is in English, like 2 words or 3 or 4 words, or whatever, and then it goes back to Japanese, and you're like, all right, because okay, I know when the chorus is coming. There's no guessing. So there's some excuse me, some fun songs that come up. If you want, we could post this in the. I mean, who cares? Probably no one gives a shit. But anyways,
we can post it. Well, it's like even in that
coughing attack
opening for Chainsaw Man, which is the song's called Kickback. It's like they have like their chorus or like their, I guess, pre-verse kind of deal. Is like it's like love, a light, a beautiful star. Love, a light, a beautiful star. And it's like
really fast,
kind of chanting. It's like wait, the hell does I don't know. But because the rest of the song, it's in Japanese. I have no idea what he's saying.
Yeah, you're lost on what is going on.
And then there's
I think some of these are like, I think they just like the way it sounds. Some of these words, because I'm like, there's a song called "Shyness Boy." Yeah, I'm like, that's all right. Mm-hmm. It's probably a direct translation of something going on in the song, but I've never heard anyone use those 2 words together before.
Yeah. Or
I
mean, I like the Love Live series, which is like about like kind of like singing, groups, in the series, and so they have like every episode has like a new song, and there's like a lot of parts where it'd be like, of course I said that, where they would
it'd be like that one,
it'd be like it do be like that sometime, where there's parts of it's like, yes, jump start, let's go, as the intro. It's like, yes, jump start, let's go. I mean, I guess that's all hype shit. So yeah, I mean, there's nothing.
It hype me up.
Yeah, I'm hype, son. I got my glow sticks as I'm driving to work. And I'm like, I don't care. Like, it's a good ass song. I don't give a shit. And then like I've talked about how and we hit this before, where I'm like, oh, lyrics are fucking really important to me, as a songwriter and as consumer of music. And then I'll listen to Japanese music. I have no idea what they're saying. I'm like, oh,
literally listening to something you have no idea what they're saying.
Yeah. And then I know people talk about the Spotify Wrapped or whatever. That Kickback song from Chainsaw Man, that was my top song of last year. Listened to it so many fucking times. Like, that's just like, throw that on while you're driving. Like, this is fucking.
Make a list of these songs. Let's throw them up in the group.
I'll throw them up some of my favorite J-pop, J-rock songs, and then we'll link them into the description there. But yeah, that's nothing wrong with that. I know you're prepping for a flight. You're coming out here to San Diego.
Yeah.
I think the plan is we're going to do some touristy shit.
We better.
Even though you've lived here for more, like 33 years of your life, you're like, I've never been here before. Let's go look at some seals.
Yeah. Why?
Let's go clubbing at Seal Beach.
rented a minivan. So
hell yeah,
get the boys in there.
Yeah,
get some room.
Yeah,
pick up Train Johnny.
Dude, I'm saying we should hit a steakhouse.
Rash,
but you're not a steak guy.
Nah, I'm a pork chop guy apparently now though.
Ooh, do they have pork chops?
I was dreaming about that today. Next time you come out, we got to get pork chops if you're here on a Friday.
Yeah, I can go to your spot. That's good.
Holy shit. I guess one thing I did want to touch on with
this shit will blow your hair back. It'll melt your eyebrows, bro.
One thing I did want to say is I and maybe this isn't that interesting, but listen to the Japanese playlist I made. Made me want to like actually kind of understand what's going on. Because I heard words that I'm like, I kind of heard those before.
Oh yeah,
but what does that mean? You know? And so I started like a podcast that started it. I started a podcast about how I don't know Japanese. No, I found one.
Yeah.
Where it's like a basics, like an intro.
Yeah.
And the whole goal they say is so you can see, you can actually hear how you can actually train your ear for it because it's really difficult.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to say they, right? But non-Japanese speakers have a hard time because of how fast it moves, the conversations. Obviously, you don't know the language. You don't know when, where a word stops and another word begins or whatever. So that's something that's kind of cool. Like I've tried doing that with Russian before too.
Yeah.
But I think, just to kind of get basics. And I still remember some of those things from, Russian's kind of cool because it's like some of the letters are phonetical or so they have the same sounds that English has.
Well, I mean, am I, a dickhead here in saying that
yes.
Spanish? Yes, you are. Before I even say it, like, yep, you're a dickhead. Got him, folks.
Pack it up.
We're done.
We got him to admit.
Which, I mean, Spanish and English are close.
I wouldn't say they're
I feel
close.
like it's more easily to understand because they use the same letters.
A very similar alphabet, yeah. But that's based on Latin,
Isn't that what English is?
Not really. I mean, yes, but it's
I'm, again, pulling
Anglo-Saxon German basically is what English is based off of.
Okay.
But they share things, definitely. But
yeah, so I'm like, and then that one I still couldn't, fully learn. I still haven't learned English yet, so it helps with like customer service to know a second language. And then in San Diego, I'm sure Texas too. It's like Spanish would be like, oh, that'd be super helpful.
Yeah, I went to school when I was it's elementary school that was like a Spanish speaking. It's a magnet school, right? So we do like a whole day of Spanish with a different teacher.
Okay.
We'd trade classes. So we'd have like the Spanish teacher would be teaching us, and then vice versa. Our teacher would be teaching Spanish speakers English. So, it got old really quick. But I still remember a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I remember it being like, God, school sucks. I don't want to learn another language. I'm a boy. I'm a child.
I don't even know my own language. And then, at my work, retail customer service, and it, comes in handy a lot where people, speak Spanish, as their kind of first language. And then a lot of my coworkers speak Spanish. And so
Yeah, so they don't need another Spanish speaker.
No. So
Pick up something else, dude.
no, where it's funny because like at one time I had part of my team I was managing. It was 5 ladies. They're all working together, and they're speaking in Spanish to each other over communication, walking, stuff like that. And because they're getting shit done, they're doing stuff, and I'm like, I have no idea what they're doing. I'm like, how's it going? But they speak English, as they can fluently speak English, but I'm like, they're comfortable and faster in Spanish. I'm like, okay, how's it going? And then they kind of give me a rundown of how's it going. I'm like, cool, I'm gonna walk away. And I have no idea what you're talking about. And I'm like, hopefully you're not saying Brian's a piece of shit. I hate him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, even if you do.
I worked with a girl who would do that. We all had the same radios on, earpieces in, and she would talk shit about people.
Which I'm like, I don't care, I guess, but I'm like, keep on keeping on, I guess. And then
I'm like, I understand enough to know you're talking shit about me.
But even if you're not, I don't care. Even if you are or whatever. It's being in San Diego, and even though I keep my best to stay out of the sun, I have a little bit darker complexion, a little browner. I'm a little got a tan going on. People, and I have dark hair. People are like, speak to me.
They just assume
Spanish. I'm like, I sound like a yo no hablo español, and they're like. And then they speak English. I'm like, what the fuck, man? It's like like why are you pissed at me, man? I'm sure. And then I've done it so many times. I'm like, I'm actually Blackfoot, Native American. I'm not Hispanic at all. It's like, oh, I mean, my tribe is based kind of more, middle, upper, north of America, so further away from Mexico. It's
all the same shit to me.
And he's like, yeah, but it would be better if you spoke Spanish. I'm like, the fuck?
Cool. Yeah.
Don't you want me to learn more about my own culture? Okay. Anyways.
Yeah.
I'm wrong, of course. And then
I have my sister's husband, I should say my sister's husband is Iranian, and he gets mistaken too. People start talking to him in Spanish. He's like
He's like, what the
fuck?
He's like, and then he does the same thing as
and my sister has no poker face. She'll just break out into laughter, and she has the most annoying laugh. It's not the most annoying laugh. It's a silly laugh, though.
Yeah,
and so it offends everyone who's trying to have a conversation close by.
Yeah, and then people have asked, like, oh, why have you never learned to speak Spanish? I'm like, I mean. Because and then my joke is always, because I'm still learning how to speak English. Wink, double wink, like, oh no, but seriously, I'm like, I mean, I've took it in high school. It's like, oh, doesn't your family speak Spanish? I'm like, oh no, I mean, I'm Native American, and then my dad's he's a honk.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? I'm like, oh no, I'm Blackfoot. Can't you tell by my beak here?
Yeah.
Look at my schnoz here. And they're like, oh, I guess, yeah, no, I can see it. And they're like, yeah, I'm Native American, not, not Hispanic. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with being Hispanic. I'm just saying. And I definitely think it would be worthwhile, skill to learn to speak a second language in Spanish. But, and that's why I'm like, I hit them with, like, if I was going to speak a second language and be fluent, I would love to speak Japanese. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, oh, yeah, God, this wee piece of shit.
Yeah. So with that, now we're back on the ground. I just learned basic intros, kind of just fun stuff. But yeah, it's complicated.
Yeah, start watching anime, dude. Subtitle.
No, I don't need no. That doesn't work for you. Why would it work for me?
I learned a couple things, a thing or two.
Oh yeah, hit me with them.
No.
Anyways,
wrong. You're a liar.
Yeah, it's probably something I'm not going to do on a regular basis, but just like, oh, I'm bored.
I'm gonna switch.
Let me listen to this while I'm driving.
Oh no, totally. I'm all about that. Where I'll have like a hair up my ass, at one time where I'm like, I'm gonna learn something. I'm gonna listen to, an intellectual podcast. I'm listening to physicist David Deutsch talk about things. I'm listening to Making Sense with Sam Harris. And then I'm like, what about switching over from this podcast to Comtown?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I get like 3 episodes in. I'm like, oh, yes.
Yeah, I just listened to today.
We don't know the end of the universe. You're right.
Matt and Shane with Theo Vaughn.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
There's times where I'm like, oh, it's great to kind of learn things. And I'm like, and this is how, I mean, here's a share. All right. This is, a little in the flesh here. When I was interviewing for like a job a couple of years ago for like my first like kind of promotion or whatever in the, within the last like 5 years or so, I was like, okay, I need to know what's to be the right mindset. And so I was listening to a lot of podcasts about doing your interviews, how to prep for them, how to answer these questions, and how to do star, responses and situational. I already forgot.
Or conversational awareness or whatever.
Something like that, where it's like, you explain a situation, something is the T, action and results. I already forgot it, but it was like, how to, give your responses like that, and how to dress for an interview. And I'm like, and I'm listening to that while I'm like, kind of like crunch time a week before or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I got this. And then after I did the interview, back to Matt and Shane. Oh yeah. We're talking about masturbating and getting caught. Yeah. Oh yeah. So, yeah, I'm all about it.
I started, and I'm gonna keep going on my fucking train here of what's new. I started and finished Band of Brothers.
Yeah.
This week.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty sweet.
That's not too bad. That's definitely
cannonball run on it. Dude,
on the list.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. If you want to fucking cry, that's the one to do it. No one should judge you for it.
Yeah, you're saying it's on Netflix, even though if you don't have HBO Max or whatever it's called.
Skinamax.
Yeah.
No, it's it's on Netflix, and so is The Pacific.
Yeah, those are both on my list for Max. I guess they're on Netflix now. But I'm like, dude, I was trying to watch the Boondock Saints the other night, and I'm like, I got like maybe 15 minutes in. I'm like, this is pretty cool. I just fell asleep. I was like, wake up at like 2 a.m. I'm like, oh no, my neck. Why did I do
Boondock
this?
Saints, so good.
So far, 15 minutes. The first
just
15
dust
minutes.
falling.
I like it. So I'll report back when I finish it.
He's still 2 hours left.
Yeah. You scratch the surface, you dumbass.
Anyways, that's my what's new. What do you got?
So, recently, I guess this is something music related. So
what? Brian? Music?
I know. I
What?
bought something. So I replaced the pads on my earphones.
Oh.
So if you can tell by the top of the
Jesus
headphones,
Christ.
like, all my pleather or whatever scraping off. And then I had that same type of deal on the ear pads on mine. And
mine don't look too good either.
yes, none too good. But you can replace yours too. So, and the instructions.
They make different material?
I got the same ones from Audio Technica. It's a brand, right?
Yep.
Audio Technica. They work fine. They still sound great. But it was just like the pads that touch your face, were starting to flake away, melt away, and it was bad.
You think they'll have it at NAMM? They'll like you buy replacements at NAMM?
Probably not. It was like you had like it looked like you had like just like pepper flakes on your side of your face. So I'm like every time I wore them, I'm like bad luck. Let me tell you. So I finally took the dive and replaced them, and it was the instructions on how to replace these things are dog shit, but I figured it out. Like, take the old ones off and put the new ones on. Done. I'm like, why did you even print that? Are you fucking shitting me?
Yeah.
Like, you did not explain on how to do this. I'm like, do I rip this goddamn thing apart? I don't want to break the headphones. But I took them apart and it worked out. I wish you could replace the top part, of the headphone.
Oh, really?
So I have the I have the.
You probably get an aftermarket one.
Yeah, I have the ATH M50Xs.
Yeah, I have the 40s.
And they're great. They're still working for me. I much prefer these over my Sony MDR 7506 that I got, which is like the industry standard, And those ear pads are falling apart too, so I'll replace those with something. I've heard of, and I've seen it. Replacement for like aftermarket from other brands of like, hey, these are gel ones with like fabric lining instead of this like faux leather shit. But I'm like, we just get these because they're the brands ones, And so far, I'm like, oh, it's dumb, but I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I think it improves the bass response. Because to me, it sounds louder. Because the first time I did it, I recorded our podcast here. And I'm like, Kyle, your voice is like, hey, Brian. Like, I shit myself. And I'm like,
they have the liner. They sell the liner for it on the website.
Yeah, no, it's the, did you say the
top part?
Oh, they do? All right.
Yeah.
Then I need to replace that then. So
it's $15 though.
Well, hey.
Christ. The ear pads are $25.
Yeah, got those.
Which was half the cost of what I paid for the new ones. I paid $100 for these.
Okay.
And they're still holding strong at $100.
Yeah.
These are fighting inflation alone here. Along with Jack in the Box tacos.
$129, I think. Are they?
Oh no, it's Costco hot dogs.
Yeah.
That are fighting inflation.
But still, those two, Jack in the Box 2 tacos, not bad. Can't beat them.
My math is really bad. I meant a quarter of the price, not half the price.
Yeah, we got you. You didn't have to call yourself out. Yeah, well, give you the pass there.
Someone would.
Yeah.
I bet it'd be fucking
somebody up your ass.
Maybe Tony or something. He's like, dude, Kyle's
actually.
Yeah, we know.
Kyle, you're a dipshit. So, besides that, which I'm actually, I don't know, feels like an improvement. I like that these headphones are keep on keeping on. I got these used, and they're still going on. I'm gonna keeping on. If I was gonna get a second set, I would probably get these, maybe yours. But I'm like, Audio Technica. I make some great stuff there, headphones wise. Other stuff, I don't know. But I do have a gig coming up next week. I'm gonna try and drag your ass out there, check it out. Check it out.
Let's hear the deets. I actually want to know. But where's it at?
January
When's it at?
26th, a Friday night, down in Ocean Beach, San Diego, California. The Holding Company. We're opening up for Stereo Summer, playing that coveted, not opening, but second to opening slot.
Ooh, you guys fucking scored.
Before 9:00, we'll be off stage.
Yeah.
So, which I actually do have a lot of. I had I'm like, oh, let me post a little flyer or whatever, and at my work. I'm like, oh, let's see if anybody cares. And then a lot of people, I'm like, oh, they're like, oh, I'm so excited. You're playing. You're in a band. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, I have a lot of new people I work with. Because when we were like, in our 20s, I would talk about it all the time. People were like,
all the time, yeah. And
now,
people just got tired of it.
And then to a point where it's like now people don't know anything. It's like, oh wow, the manager here at the store. It's like, you're in a band. I'm like, yeah, I play bass and sing. You sing? I'm like, yeah, And then they're like, wow, that's really. It's like, I'm so excited to go.
Sing me something.
It's like,
fly me to the moon. You just
yakety yak. Don't talk back.
Take out the
papers and the trash. And I start just telling them to do work. You ain't getting no spending cash. So all right, okay, bye. This isn't fun anymore. But I have actually like a good amount of coworkers that are gonna come out. They're like, oh, I'm coming out. I don't know what time you play. I'm like, we play at 8:30. I'm like, oh, that's perfect. I'm coming up. I'm like, oh shit. Again, if you have your coworkers that see you play and they're like, "What if you suck? You just fuck up." And they're like, "Hey, well, good thing you got that promotion because don't quit your day job."
Yeah. Congratulations on the promotion. Didn't you say? Why didn't you just tell me good show? They smile.
Exactly.
You can take that to the bank.
That's pretty good.
Man, I think I had coworkers come out to one of the last shows we played before left. Or I don't know. I was already working. I think I can't remember. I don't remember. I remember they came out and it was like a freaking nightmare. Like someone was drunk and yelling at the bar staff, and I'm like, all right, dude, we gotta fucking go.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah. I'm like, all right. Who, like they brought the guy, like they brought another coworker, but no one was like looking after him. He was,
Yeah.
he's an adult.
Yeah.
He was drinking. He was overserved.
Yeah.
And he was getting like angry, and I'm like, and then two of the other coworkers ran off and were making out or whatever, and I'm like, you guys drove him, and he doesn't have anyone to. I'm like, fucking nightmare situation. I just played a show. I have all my equipment in my car. I'm like, I need
where
to
are the parents?
Fucking go. Yeah, where are the parents? It was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Absolute nightmare.
But I think it was last year, kind of around the same time. I played a show and a bunch of coworkers came out and they were like, "Yeah, it's like, oh, this is great." You know, we played well, and it was like, this is that gutter mouth show, so it was like, oh, there's a good crowd there, anyways. And it's like, if you play well, then they're like, the crowd just they like it. To me, I'm like, oh, you know, I'm just playing.
Wow,
you know,
Brian, what a fucking
no. It's like I just play. I'm playing bass.
Revelation.
Like, I'm okay. I'm not a crazy bass player. You know, I'm not like the guy from Chainsaw Man. But I'm just playing.
The way you said, if you play well, the crowd likes it.
And I guess, you know, for trying to pull back a little bit, but it's like my bass playing is not good. You've seen it, you know it, even without seeing it, you know it.
God damn.
And then
there's a reason why I was the bassist.
And people in the crowd were like, "Yeah, you're a great bass player." I'm like, "No, I'm just doing downstrokes to make it look like I'm cooler than I am."
Thanks, I'm crushing it.
To where it's like when you're hitting like, you know, say G, D, A, you do down hard on G, and then you pull up second string, hitting the 5th fret D, and then you hit A, either open string or on the 5th, your choice. But you go boom, 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 and then people are like, "Shit, that guy's good." But I just did that, and or a good one, if you know that your nut and your string can handle it there. Nut. Hit the open A on the, you know, the you know, what, the third string.
Third string.
And you just hit that and just like let it go, and you hold the bass up, boom. If you're like, "Oh shit, he's so good," I'm like, no, I hit 3 notes. And I muted the other 3 strings. That's the type of bass playing that I do. And Kyle, you're like, "Yeah, I've been doing that since I was 4.
I taught him everything he knows.
And people were like, "Wow, you're such a good bass player." I'm like, but it's cool to get that in front of your coworkers, just like random people coming up to you.
Yeah.
Like, "Wow, you're great." I'm like, "Oh, I guess Brian is good."
Get a boost for you.
Confidence
boost.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Nice little confidence boost for you, huh?
Shut the fuck up.
But the last time, here's a little kicker. Last time I was doing sober January, so I didn't drink, and my coworkers were like, "Oh, let me get you a beer. Let me get you a beer." I'm like, "I'm not drinking now." And they all like, "Oh, no, I respect it." I'm like, "I'm just trying. I'm doing sober, you know, January, you know, dry January. Let me just get through this." And they're like, "Oh, no, I totally understand." And then they would drink and have fun. I'm like, man, I could have got at least 4 drinks.
Oh man, I could have gone blackout tonight.
And then I'm like, imagine just getting wasted, and I'm like their manager, and they're just like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah," and they just give me beers. I'm like, "Oh yeah," and I chug a White Claw. I'm like, "Oh yeah." Wow, he acts like he's 26.
It's your can of spinach, you know. You're just yeah. Wow, he knocked off 10 years off his.
Yeah, not even like in my prime.
Yeah.
But no, I'm excited for that. To me, I'm like, oh, I gotta, you know, make sure we don't suck. And then
it's all on you.
Oh no, I mean I know, but it's always like you have that, and like you have the bad band guy at work.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I'm embarrassed for that man. But I did see. I saw the shaman, the old Matt McCusker this past weekend.
Oh,
It was fun. It was great. He was really funny, and it's great because like some comedians like him and Shane Gillis especially. So Matt McCusker from Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast, saw him, and him and Shane kind of do the same thing where they will not do crowd work. They just do their thing. They do like if somebody shouts something, I was like, oh yeah, and then he does his joke. Doesn't do crowd work at all. Whereas like he was making a joke and said something about like, it's like, oh, when you have your small dick or whatever, and somebody's like, Teenus, right in the front row. He's like, yep, and then he moved on. He didn't try and like engage or be like, oh, what about the what podcast do you like? Oh my god, you have a small penis? Oh
wow, you listen to my podcast? How else would we have heard of you?
But I like how Matt just kept like, he's like, yep, okay, and then he just like kind of moved on with his act. I'm like, oh man, he's not too shabby. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
and
it's funny because was it in the most recent podcast? Was it what's his Shane did like a tour through Peoria, like Illinois. It was like minus like 10 degrees.
Yeah,
and then he sees that Matt's in like in San Diego. Like he's like, fuck you. They're talking about, dude, I saw that, bro. You're on. It's like 60, 70 degree weather, or maybe I don't know. Maybe it's not that warm, but yeah, it's kind of funny to hear him talk about it.
Yeah, no, it was a good show. So I'm like, it was the where we were, Johnny and I were front row. That's always kind of like you're gonna either get like crowd work done on you or not, and then like Matt, he's just like, I got my act. I'm doing my act. I'm like that to me. I'm like, crowd work is fun. I know people like it. They love it for social media. I'm like, oh, that's funny. Oh, you having sex tonight? Oh shit. But to me, I'm like, but you have jokes that
I hate that.
You just have jokes.
Are you banging that person right there? Oh damn! Oh no, that's your mom. Oh, everyone laugh now.
Well, there's like one that I saw. It was like, it's like somebody's like, oh, what kind of porn do you like? Oh, and then somebody in the crowd, I like all of it. And then the comedian's like, even the gay stuff. And then the crowd would, whoa! They started shooting guns and fireworks and everything. It's like, oh god, dude.
Cool.
God,
yeah.
Really? Okay, that was the level of like comedic, like the comedy that you had to dive into. Whoa, got him! Like shit. Anyways, so and then it kind of made me think of like listening to Matt and Shane. And I was like, oh man, they're doing that carnivore diet. I'm like,
oh yeah,
I should probably get into that. It's so expensive.
Yeah, just to only eat meat.
But I like how Shane is doing it. Like he's doing it with the Joe Rogan. So it's the shaman, the young bull, and Saint Rogies doing the carnivore diet. But
they're talking about their shits, how bad they are.
But like he was with Joe Rogan.
Deer. He said like deer pellets. That's how his shit is.
Yeah, but he's with Joe Rogan. He's like, yeah. I can't give up the Bud Lights. And Joe Rogan's like, yeah, that's fine. You can have Bud Lights. That's not the carnivore diet. And I'm like, yeah, I could do carnivore diet with Bud Lights. That's what, Joe Rogan says.
Yeah.
If it's good for Shane, it's good for me. But anyways, let's get into a, topic here. What do you say?
Yeah, we're burning fucking daylight, dude. What the hell?
We got it, bro. We got it. What it takes. Anyways, so NAMM, we're heading there next week.
Yeah.
Depending on when this comes out, we'll already be there or not. I don't know. But NAMM 2024 is happening in Anaheim, and the boys are going to be there. Kyle.
Dun, 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 dun.
Kyle, Johnny, and I are gonna head out there. We're gonna get the coverage that you need. Get some photos, get some pics, get some videos, get some maybe interviews. Who knows? We'll see. And at least we're gonna check the things. We're gonna get the boots on the ground there, and see what's going on.
Literally, I'm wearing my cowboy boots, so
Yeah.
shit kickers on the ground, dude.
I'm wearing my flip flops, so we're gonna see what's going on over there, and we're gonna make it happen, Captain. So, kind of huge jump for me from NAMM 2020 to 2023 was like, okay, a lot smaller, right?
Yeah.
Some brands didn't show up or whatever, and it wasn't crowded, not too bad, not what's good, no basement, nothing like that, blah blah. And then this year I know NAMM is pushing, it's like, hey, get more people, more coverage and stuff like that, and they're pushing more even like creators, which is kind of cool. And Tone Jerks, I guess we're creators of content here. We got the podcast, and we're still doing it. Some podcasts aren't doing it anymore, but we are. I'm just saying.
It's a shame. It's a shame. I tell you.
I hate it when it happens, but still does. But we had to do it to him, and it's like, what the hell you mean? I don't know. And then so
who's
we're
them?
Content
All
creators. So it's like people are like, hey, come check this out, check this out, check this out. So we're privy to some new product already, which is embargoed, which I'm not going to mention. But we kind of want to talk about things that we'd like to see, maybe some predictions, maybe some expectations.
Some things that have already popped up, I think, on Instagram,
and things
whatever.
that like some new hotness that are like they're out in the public. So I don't know. You got a few, Kyle? Why don't you hit me with it? What do you got?
Well, I know MXR has that new delay pedal. I definitely want to check that out. Hopefully it will be there. I'm guessing it will. Normally they do.
Bono was there last year.
Yeah, Bono.
I'm sure Bono will be back debuting this new Joshua.
But we got to find Bono and take a picture with him.
Hello.
Hola.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I know Walrus has some stuff out. Don't really know. It's like a fuzz, I think. Harmonic fuzz.
Yes, they did release that one. I would like to try that because Walrus stuff is always pretty fucking good. That's
something they worked with.
Stamp of approval.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Always my like just dumbass stamp. Walrus is always pretty fucking good.
They got good stuff.
And they're like, oh, I'm so glad you guys reviewed our pedal. It's pretty fucking good, and I like their stuff. Anyways, yep.
So it's the Silt. It's a Silt pedal.
Yes.
Which is it's a fuzz, which I don't really like fuzzes, but this one's kind of interesting. It's got a tube in it, which I don't know.
It's warm.
Yeah, it's warm. Yeah, it's they worked with like an amp builder on it, which is kind of interesting. So it'd be kind of cool to see how it sounds, and maybe it sounds better than all a lot of other fuzzes, maybe because you can actually change the contour of the the sound, so maybe you're not in the mix. I don't know if the contour just affects the harmonic. Who knows? I actually don't know, but yeah, that'd be kind of fun. So
we I won't mention them. I don't know if they want it released or not, but we did get some emails about like boutique up and coming amp like brands that are coming out with like heads that are like smaller wattages but still have like point to point wiring that are good price points. So I kind of want to check some of those out. And if you can, to me, I'm like, I'm all about if you give me 5 watts, that's all I need at the moment. 5 to 15 watts. 15 watts, you can gig with that. 5 watts, that's your bedroom player, which I've went from War Turtle to Squirtle. I'm devolved, and I'm now a bedroom player. I'm like, that's what I'm doing. Charmeleon to Charmander. That's for unwilling or unknowing of the water types. I'm I'm devolved. I'm in my bedroom playing right now. I'm not on stage playing guitar, playing bass. But so I'm like, okay, I'm definitely looking in. It would be cool to find more of these more affordable amps and stuff like that. But more of the non-boutique ones, which have already been released, I would like to try in that same vein, is the Gibson, the Nighthawk, I believe. I could be
Nice.
wrong. It's like a 4 or 5 watt combo.
They have to name all their shit after birds, which is weird. All their amps.
They want to fly high, baby.
Yeah.
Why be a bottom feeder when you can fly high?
Well, I guess you can't. Yeah, name it after a bottom feeder, like the shrimp amp, or the crab amp. No. People use birds for everything.
The Bubba Gump shrimp amp.
PRS has fucking pigeons on their fucking fingerboards.
Yeah. Those are the rats of the sky.
Yeah. Chase Bliss has a new pedal we can fucking skip over.
What's I don't know. Taste piss. Boom, got him.
Boom, got him.
Well, I don't like those pedals because I cannot figure them out. I'm like, how can I figure out a fucking fractal, but I can't figure out this goddamn Chase Bliss pedal? I was pissed because I really wanted to try their Dark World or whatever the fuck that reverb was. I couldn't figure it out. And I was like, I'm not even passing signal. It could be a wrong cable. I don't know. But these are sinusoids. I'm sure they're going to be great for 100 years and they'll back them. Boom, got him. Double figures, got him. Double ace. But anyways, I'm like, it just didn't pass signal. I'm like, I'm pissed. There's dip switches. Let's get a beer, boys.
Yeah. Time for a beer. There's some Yamaha stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Some Yamaha stuff. They have some new synths.
Ooh.
They have they're probably about this big or so.
Mm-hmm.
Called the Sec track or Seek track, like sequencer track.
Mm-hmm.
Supposed to be an all-in-one type thing, which is similar to Teenage Engineering. I think they have one, but the Teenage Engineering ones cost like $1,500 for this little tiny synth. So hopefully these stay, a little cheaper. But it'd be kind of interesting for people that like work only on like they don't work in a DAW or anything. I think it's kind of a cool idea.
Okay.
To have a little tiny synth that you can, change, basically there's a drum, there's built-in drums in these things, which, I mean, I've found that like Korg has awesome drum tones just in those little Volcas. You can sample. There's a sequencer on there. A lot of the buttons on these things have multi-functions. So you gotta learn. You gotta learn how to operate them, but they're pretty cool. These little things. So I'm hoping that. I mean, the things that you can make out of the Teenage Engineering one is amazing.
Yeah.
Like I follow some people on Instagram, and they make some of the coolest songs, just out of And what's cool about the Teenage Engineering one, it has like a little screen on it, and so it's just kind of a fun. It's almost like you're playing a video game while you're making the music. Yeah. Like everything you have, it has a different symbol. Everything, you turn something that rewinds like a tape or something. Like the visual rewinds the tape, like you're gonna do the sample again. Yeah. You play. It's really cool. It's like really interactive. This one doesn't have a screen on it, but don't really need one necessarily, but it's kind of a cool idea. Yeah.
I think for me, I would like to, if they're there, Boss and Kemper, kind of the new like amp in a box deals that they have. It's kind of want to hear those for myself, because I'm like, demos, I'm like, okay, I mean, demos are great, all the channels that do, I'm like, oh, cool. But I'm like, only what I hear for myself, because I'm like, oh, if I can say like, oh, that Boss one, I'm like, that would be, if that was an amp in a box, because Boss is like their quality, run that over with your truck.
Effects are great.
Mm-hmm. Their build quality, it's like you could, it's a stomp box. I'm gonna stomp on it. and then the Kemper thing and like how easy it is to fuck around with it. I would like to check it out. Check them out.
Yeah.
But did you have another one?
Yeah, I have was it Korg? They have like 4 new things they've released this year.
Yeah.
One of them's like an upgrade to another synth. So they have their, it's funny, they have like their build your own synths, which is kind of like, so they're upgrade to one of those, and then they're adding like they're adding another one to that build series.
Yeah.
And then they have like their drop-in modules, which are kind of cool. So they have like I don't know. They have some new stuff. I'm not really into like the module shit, but I think it'd be cool to build one of these. They're called the NTS. So there's the NTS 1. Now they have the NTS 3, and it's like a pad, like you tap it. It's like a like for a drum, like a drum pad or effect pad, whatever. But anyways,
yeah. I mean, these things that are coming out, because you're kind of predominantly in the box kind of guy.
yeah.
I don't know. Would that kind of sway you to go more analog, or?
Yeah, it's just. I think it's so much easier to work inside the DAW, and you can sample like stuff for free. Like, do I like this effect? Well, let me see. Let me do a 7-day trial and see if I like these synths or whatever.
Yeah.
That's better than like buying shit and going, oh, I don't like this anymore, and then having to get rid of it,
Yeah.
And it's just so much more money to spend on something.
Yeah.
And I have no room in this room. It would be cool to have.
Yeah, the physical thing is cool to own.
Yeah, it's almost like I look at the HX Stomp and I go, I don't need anything else in this fucking rack over here. Like nothing else over like everything's over here and more. Even like these old school MXR pedals I have up top. I'm like, they're in here. Like the Eddie Van Halen, just like that, like the old school AC effects are in here.
Yeah.
Your 70s chorus. Well, what's that? I can guess what that is.
Yeah, totally. With and then even for me, I've talked about like, I'm like, I think on the Patreon I talked about like, what's some like gear that you're like, you haven't tried yet, but you would be excited that came out last year. And I'm like, the Kemper. Because that little Kemper profiler, the little guy, whatever the hell, it just amps. I'm like, or you dump the profile in there and maybe like some effects or whatever it is. To me, like, that'd be kind of cool to have. You have FM3, HX Stomp, and then that one. That way you have the 3 of the big boys, and they're all small instead of the big rack ones.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing wrong with big racks, you know what I'm saying? Oh.
What's that new Fender? I mean,
you got nothing on that Fender... one? I got nothing on that? Okay.
Kyle, I like it.
You're like,
don't burn me on the podcast to make me hot, okay?
Don't get nasty.
Don't pump me up.
Don't get nasty, okay? Keep it clean. It's a family program.
Keep this G-rated. Yeah. So there's that one Fender floor, or was it the amp unit or whatever that came out recently?
Yeah, I kind of would like to tear that apart.
I'd kind of see what that really is. Because I said they should. I mean, they listened to me. They listened to the cast, man.
Oh, they made.
So you need to have your amps. You need. What was that?
Yeah, you're right. I just said exactly what you were thinking.
Yeah, you stop making effects and focus on your amps, stuff that you already own the intellectual property to. All right, and you have all these other all these other companies that are basically they're making them digital because you haven't.
Yeah, and then they did. Damn. Okay, you have to. I think you owe it to them to try it. Because I mean, you did.
No, they owe me. They stole the idea.
Exactly. Because you're right. Because they like R&D. Kyle did the R&D. Emphasis.
I did all the work on that. All the brainstorming. God damn, fucking idiot.
Emphasis on the D.
Yeah.
And then
Heavy D.
heavy on the R.
Okay, maybe not that one. Jesus.
Woo. Okay. All right, getting too fun. Anyways, but so one thing I was hoping this year is that I hope that all three of us can experience and then have a real nice time. Is a nice bowl of soup.
Soup's on.
Soup's on, boys. Because last year I had some I had some like like a little like I don't know, like Tupperware of like leftover soup that I got.
At what time? What time, by the way?
Leftover soup, and then I poured it in a bowl. I'm like, oh, I need something for the road because we're heading out. And so I heated it up in the microwave.
What time of the day was this, Brian?
Like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock,
yeah.
something like that.
Who's a sociopath who eats fucking soup?
I needed something for my body. It's like I needed to fuel this machine. And
soup at 9:30 in the morning.
I'm Bert Kreischer on the machine.
Oh God, what a
Anyways, so I need
He's such a that's real comedy. I wish you would open for Amy Schumer sometime.
So I needed to get some fuel for this, and then excursion because we were like long distance journey, 60 miles to Anaheim.
Yeah, it's not that far.
So I'm like, oh, let me eat something real quick, and then I just chowed down real quick, and I guess I fucked up because I didn't offer you or Johnny any of it. And Kyle was very offended by this.
So we hadn't eaten yet. All right.
If you hadn't listened to that episode or the Patreons or like the 3 episodes, after that, Kyle was like not letting that go.
Man, I still think about that. I thought I mentioned to Carrie the other day.
This
like, Brian had. Did you hear Brian had soup without us?
Soup's off, I guess.
Yeah, and then we went to In-N-Out. Like, oh, Johnny and I will be eating, but this gentleman had soup this morning.
I think I just had like a couple fries and maybe a suckle on your Coke, Diet Coke there.
Excuse me, sir.
Or you had Dr. Pepper, and I'm like, let me have a little slurp on that. And it's like,
some of us didn't get soup this morning.
I'm like, yeah, you get 1 sip, okay? And you get 2 fries. No salt.
No salt in that chicken noodle soup.
Enough salt in that soup of yours? Anyways, so it got to be like
it was all day. Yeah, it was like
it got to be around like 2 or 3 o'clock.
And then I think you had to go to the bathroom. Like, oh, was that soup running right through you there, big boy? It was like everything was about the soup.
The soup's coming out of your dick there. And then
yeah, not like that, but yeah,
no, but it was
running
like
right through you.
Yeah, and then it was like, oh, I'm kind of hungry. Oh, that soup wasn't enough for you, huh?
Couldn't hold you over, right?
When would a meal at like 9 o'clock be good until 3?
Yeah,
unless you had like a 4-course meal, huh?
Yeah.
But so we got me to think about like, okay, type of soup here. You got your favorite?
Because NAMM is soup season.
This is the NAMM special, so we're running along. What's the name of the episode? We're running along.
Yeah.
Fuck the 9:30 show. You got a favorite soup? What are you thinking?
I really like tomato soup actually. When it's done right,
Yeah.
A little creamy.
Pair with a Sammy.
Yeah. Pair it with a freaking man, making my mouth water.
Grilled cheese.
Pair it with grilled cheese. Yeah.
Is that the trashy one? Is there a more famous one? Or a fancy one?
What, say that again?
You got grilled cheese. Is that the trash one?
No. You do mac and cheese also? Oh man, so good.
Shit. Okay. Oh
yeah, you scoop your mac and cheese and just dip a little bit in the side.
Yeah. Nothing. Damn. Oh my god. Chestnut checkers. Well, I mean, you got the grilled cheese. To me, grilled cheese has always been just plain grilled cheese. Kraft American Singles in
butter on the fucking bread, obviously.
That's it. Yeah. And then
so good.
Yeah, wheat white or sourdough. They're all the same to me.
Sourdough's good.
Sourdough's really
Sourdough's good to change the cheese up though too.
Yeah.
You do like the white American cheese.
I've
Right?
never,
Not venturing that far.
never have I ever had the white American.
You do Swiss in there.
Yeah.
Do Colby Jack.
To me, I'm like,
or just Jack.
Yeah. I only do Swiss. I'm a Swiss and ham guy. That's it. I'll do it with turkey, but I'll, not be as happy.
Swiss and turkey's fine.
Yeah, but Swiss by itself, I'm like, okay, kick rocks.
Dude,
man.
I like to pound some fucking Swiss, dude.
I love the look of it, though. It's very cartoonish. That pleases me. Just the look of it. Like, what the fuck?
I like Havarti in a sandwich, too.
What the fuck? You're a cheese connoisseur.
I know, probably Europeans are laughing at us right now for, our, not
the
that
cheese
many
knowledge,
listen.
yeah.
But, yeah.
We got some out there. They're out there.
Yeah. I've heard that, American cheese, like America, U.S., cheese sucks here. But I'm like, whatever.
Well, I've heard American cheese is good. It's a burger and good for eggs. Those are the winners for American cheese. Top dog.
Yeah, it's good on a sandwich, like good on, like you said, burger in between just white bread. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one time I'm like, blue cheese, right? It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. I like it. I like it in salad and stuff like that.
It's all right.
When you're expecting blue cheese, right?
Yeah.
There's a one time I wasn't even a teen. I must have been like 11 or 12.
You're a tween.
Yeah, I was a tween. I was with the boy train, and then we were with his family. His mom was doing like a get together with her friends and shit like that. Like, and so I hung out with Train because he was like, I need somebody here as a buffer between like these drunk adults.
I need an adult.
These drunk adults.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh yeah, no, for sure. So him and I just play video games or whatever, just drink Surge. It's like, oh, we got the barbecue going. It's like, oh, burger. I'm like, oh yeah, do you like cheeseburgers? Oh yeah, of course. And she's like, oh, well, these are like blue cheeseburgers. So she had blue cheese in the burger. And I'm like,
oh, what?
I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you just said, but yeah, give me one of those. And so I got it all built up, got my shit going, and I bit into it. I'm like,
the fuck?
I was like, record scratch.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is this?
It's like the first time you have a fucking IPA.
Yeah.
Someone hands you want a beer? Yeah. You take it, you're like, what the fuck is this?
Your first one.
This is bad. This beer's bad.
Your
what do you
first
mean?
beers have to be like a Budweiser, Bud Light. Or maybe, I think one of my first
some
ones.
Pilsner or lager.
Something light. Like, you're going to hate this one. One of my first like kind of beers that I started drinking was Blue Moon.
Goddamn.
I don't drink them anymore.
Dog shit.
I don't drink them anymore. I'll catch them every once in a while, but it's not my go-to. But once you start drinking IPAs, I'm like, oh, give me them. And it was just like, Kylo Ren, more. I want more hops.
What else does Kylo Ren say? Or at least Adam Driver. Never mind.
Anyways. Got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
We already did that joke, too.
I know.
We've done that every episode recently.
We've done every joke before. We keep beating them into the ground. Eventually, I'm going to start going back to the belts and suspenders.
God damn it. You said it again.
That's a callback to episode 60. So, but it was like, I'm trying to be polite. I knew this as like an 11, 12-year-old. I'm like, be polite.
Just
and
eat
say
it.
Everything is great. And, especially, I'm like, Brian, you trained for this over a decade, you fat fuck. You can eat
This
food.
is your inner dialogue. You've trained for this.
You trained for this. And it's just like, push it to the limit. It just starts going. And I eat this disgusting, in my head, burger. And I'm like, yeah, what do you think about it? It was great. Do you want another one? No, I'm good.
Yeah, no thanks.
I think I got some ruffle and dip over here. So, anyways, that's blue cheese. But, soup. I'm just saying. I was
you do a BMK on soup or what?
I don't know. I was just hitting you with this. Doesn't even need to be a BMK. Recently, I've been getting into, picking it up from the store, but a little tub of clam chowder there. That is all right. Not too bad.
I remember the clam chowder from what is that? What's that place? Soup Plantation.
Mm-hmm.
So good. Sourdough and that. Oh my god.
Yeah. What are you saying? It's just the breakdown. It's just milk and potatoes.
Yeah, fucking milk. It was like dairy, potatoes, and some nasty bottom feeder that eats fucking trash that falls to the bottom of the ocean.
Just trash at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, but it's so good.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, when a friend told me about shrimp, she's like, I'll never eat shrimp. It's like they're bottom feeders. Like, they are like intestines. They just eat the shit at the bottom of the ocean. I'm like,
they're good, though.
I don't know. Can I get a surf and turf burrito, please?
Yeah.
They eat them. Like,
deterred them, please, though.
They're still pretty good. You just get a shrimp. God damn. I have not been deterred from eating shrimp. Even though my friend said that.
Deterred.
I
That's
got
pretty good.
It's like, this is still pretty fucking good. I don't know. And there's a lot of bad shit in the ocean.
Yeah.
just trash islands just floating around. But I'm like, yeah, you're talking about there's like bread bowls. Yeah, Bodines.
Oh man.
That's like a chain here. And to me, I'm like, oh, you put your soup in the bread bowl. Like, oh, cool. You eat your soup. You kind of scrape around the sides and get your bread bowl. I'm like, okay, where's the fucking guts of this bread? What did you do with it?
Yeah.
Give it to me. Can I?
No, they usually it's on the lid, dude. They usually keep it on the lid.
I've had it to where like they don't have it on the lid.
You got fucked, dude.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I want to have the guts of the and just like ball it up and just swallow it.
Maybe you won't think this is funny, but I came across a thing on Instagram where they watch like 4 bakers like make this bread, like this perfect bread, like round, like little loaf, whatever.
Yeah, and
then they take their loaf after it's come out of the oven and they cut it open and put soup in it. And so they're like, you see this person who spent a good amount of time making the perfect bread.
Oh,
they're like professional bakers. They just watch them die inside. They have someone come up, grab their, cut it open, pour a can of fucking soup in it, and they're like,
some Campbell's just bullshit. They open up. Here's chicken noodle, nothing else in it.
These are like real bakers, they're like watching, like, and then you can see them like their face, like, oh my god,
what's it? Is it Progresso soup? Is that what that is? The with the blue label. Is that what
blue label or blue and yellow or whatever.
Am I fucking up? But whatever it was, I'm like, always I would pour that in a bowl and just eat it. I think you had to dilute it with water.
No, not Progresso.
There's some of them, or was it Campbell's?
Campbell's usually you do.
Okay, because I'm like, I always like had the Progresso one. I'm like, I've never put water in this. I just fucking
no.
I'm just good. Like have like, hey, here's so much sodium. Have at it, bud.
No, Campbell's usually you don't have to, I guess, but usually they're pretty dense. They'll have like smaller cans. Sometimes they're concentrated.
For a minute there, I was going with a packet of like, microwave white rice.
Yeah.
Not white rice, but it was like packet of rice.
I got you.
And then, you microwave that, and then you microwave your soup, dump the rice in the soup, boom. That's a meal that gets you 2 meals. That does push you through. Holy shit, that's a hearty soup. That pushes you from a breakfast. That's pushing you till dinner.
Yeah.
That's 5 o'clock. I'm like, okay, I'm good now. So
there's this
which is like, how many carbs and sodium is that? That's probably so fucking bad for you. But I'm like, hey, that's early 20s Brian. He can get away with that.
Yeah.
36-year-old Brian, he is dead in the street.
You have like some Asian soups, like there's this like Tomka. I think some of these soups, like they're Thai soups. They're so dense. They use like was it coconut milk and stuff.
Yeah.
Which gotta be careful. It's like a diuretic, so it's like all coconut milk,
Mm-hmm.
and it's good though. And then there's a place here in town that we get it, or I get it. Carrie doesn't really like it, but it's good. It's chicken, onions. It's like a yellow curry almost soup.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And then it comes with a side of rice. I'm like, wait, I don't have to put it in there. Boom, drop the whole thing in there. Like in my head, I'm like, I could avoid the carbs and not eat that. I'm like fucking scraping it off in there.
And you're like,
I'm like, what am I doing? It's
like,
so good though.
This is hearty. Like yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and it was like that was like the Brian doesn't know how to cook. Kind of still don't. Meal, just the can of soup dumped into like with like microwave rice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, this is it. Brian, you're a chef, baby. Just
Yeah.
At my work, I have 2 microwaves on my work. I'm like, bam, 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 punching.
Damn, you got 2?
Combinations you don't even know, dude. And then just fucking myself up. So, but yeah, the soup.
Anyways, we talked soup for a while.
I don't know. I kind of like just us riffing because we're like we've missed some weeks and we fucked them over. I don't know. We can go a little bit longer. I don't know. Up to you. What about ramen and pho? Those are the goats, I think.
Fuzz, I love both of those.
Oh, there was a ramen place
is for I want heavy, and fuzz I want light.
What was your take on like what the ramen was? Was it like was it more pork? So it's like more filling the broth itself.
There's like more ingredients I think that go into ramen.
Yeah,
that make it more of a meal. It's like dinner versus lunch, I guess, is kind of how you look at it.
Yeah.
But I still drink the whole fucking soup, so it's
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh God. Oh, who's driving me home? Oh God.
There was
I ate too much.
That spot over by your mother-in-law's place.
Yeah.
Oof. It's not there anymore, I don't think.
Yeah, we'll have to hit some spots, dude.
Find something. Yeah, find something good. I think we should try and get some sushi, some ramen.
Oh, yeah. I need some fucking fresh fish.
Yeah, when you're out here. But yeah, those two. Bingo, bango, bongo. And like, I'm telling you, when you're sick, we've done it a couple times where I'm like, I'm pretty fucking sick. And I'm just like, I don't feel good. And Kyle's like, I don't know what you need. Some pho. We're going down to
fucking pho, yeah.
We're going down to PB and get the pho.
Going down to PB, gonna have some pho.
And I'm like blowing my nose at the table. Like,
oh yeah, it's so like gross.
Shit. And I'm like, let's get the pho. It's like, or
load up that plate with sriracha.
Tons of sriracha, tons of pepper in that shit, and just clear you out. That's what you need. Anyways. I think we got
You're making me hungry.
Getting some soup when you're in San Diego.
Definitely.
So get some soup when we're at NAMM. We're gonna put it in some. Get a liter of soup when we're around.
Put it in a Ziploc bag. Just waiting to fucking burst.
Get a gallon, like
a gallon bag.
Yeti gallon of just soup, and we just pour.
Offer it. Run it to Gear Slum. You guys want some soup?
We go to the boys.
Cole's gonna be there.
We got some. Get it to the boys. Well, you want some soup? Have the styrofoam like cups, and we just dump them in there.
Yeah, we get a thermos. We get thermoses. You just keep it hot all day.
Yeah, a thermos, and then you get the fucking glizzies in there.
Damn.
Yeah.
Boil some glizzies, keep them hot all day.
Anyways, God,
steam buns.
Yeah, we're getting too.
God damn.
Getting too worked up.
Let's get out of here, dude.
Jerked up. Let's get out of here. What do you say?
Let's do it.
All right. Just want to say thank you for tuning into the Tone Jerks podcast. We will see you. Oh God. Well, I'm already
done. Bye.
Thanks for tuning into the Tone Jerks podcast. If you like what you hear, you can follow us on social media. We're on Instagram at the Tone Jerks, and then we're on Facebook. We have a Facebook group linked in the description. And we have a page also linked there, and then you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. We do the pods over there in video format. If you prefer that. And then also linked in there. Give us a sub, give us a dom, and if you really, really like the show, you can help support us on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. But if you double down for $2 a month, you get an extra episode every week. And if we miss the episode here on the main, we don't miss it on the Patreon. So that's our little commitment to you guys for paying, the $2 over there or more. We got the bonus episode.
There's a 69 tier. Did you pull that down?
Yeah. So
still exists, I think.
Yeah, it's up there. We've had a couple of people pay once or twice. And if you get okay, I just want to say, I'm like their bonus episodes separately on a separate feed. You don't get them unless you pirate them somehow. You don't get them on the main. So it's not just like, hey, here's the episode 2 days early. It's a totally different
Tony
podcast.
seems like someone who will pirate those.
He could and he should. I would never know. So have at it. Shout out to you. Shout out, Tony.
Tone Jerks leaked.
he puts it on.
You might find something else actually in there.
He puts
Tone
it
Jerks
on
Patreon.
Yeah, he puts it on some
illicit
fun websites.
Revenge girlfriend website.
Yeah.
Which one? Which website?
Yeah.
There's so many.
There's so many. I don't know which one it is. Which one would it be? You can get the bonus episodes over there for just the $2. You can pledge more if you want to, but just for the support, we want to give you all a huge shout out, a sizable acknowledgement. Kyle, you got a list over there?
I got it. Racha.
So why don't you give it to? Look at that stash.
Have Andrew Walsh from Andrew's Alcove and Red 4, his synth project. Have Abe Newman, Michael Newman, Nicholas Payson, Nicholas Ogburn, Doug King, Doug Chris from 37 Effects, Masters of the Cinematic Universe, and also the Just Surprising podcast. We got Joe from the Like My Network. The Like My Network? Joe from Like My Network? Nah, whatever. It's the Like My Network.
Oh, yeah.
Masters of the Cinematic Universe, also the Just Surprising podcast. Got Will Lehue from the Just Surprising podcast, Energy Weapon, Sharing Maps. Tony DeGraw from Texas State Boggle Champs. We have RJ Smith from Teletalks.
You gave me shit.
Sorry, I'm having, my throat.
It's like you're hitting every hurdle and just falling more and more, and you're just like,
all right.
Scorpion
I'll take a
back.
deep breath and I'll get through it better than you. All right.
I
had a rough week, dude. It's cold outside.
Baby, it's cold outside.
Hey, why are you drinking? Because it's Monday Night Football. And Tuesday. Hey, why are you drinking? Because there's no football. I love that bit.
Why are you drinking? Because it's
Monday Night Football. Yeah, Tuesday, why are you drinking? Because there's no football.
Are you ready for some football?
Yeah. We got Jamie Davis, Johnny Ray, Steve Rao from 60 Cycle Hum, Kevin E. Quits from Quits Guitars, Co Schneider from the band Night Tides, Alvaro Viramontes, Brian Nutter of Nutter Guitars, Mel Chipson of Chipson Guitars, Sean Arbo from Gun Street Wiring Shop, Sean Fahey from the band Shadowhounds out of San Antonio. We got Sean Wright from Lollygagger Effects and How to Fucking Solder on YouTube. Juan Ortiz from Tone Hungry Effects. Mike Oxbig. Denny Whacked It. Denny Zach Haled. Eric Mero from YouTube, Instagram, and the Movie Podium podcast.
Wait, give me, hold on. I know I'm way far back. Waiting to Zach Hale. Zach Hale.
Oh, damn, that's good.
Okay. Save that. Put that in the pocket.
You can do it later. God damn, dude, you're ruining my fucking flow. I did really good, okay?
You were doing
Sorry,
great.
Dad.
I like it.
Sorry, Dad. I messed up.
All right.
Scott Hamilton from the Effects Loop podcast. Matthew Fenslaw. Matthew Davis. Chase Stevens. And Pete from over there. And that is the list.
All right. We'll see you next time. I think the next episode will be in person, in room. Kyle and I will be riffing and jiving. We'll be hanging out. We'll see you.
Hell yeah.
Bye. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.